Start Now podcast. I am your host, Dylan King. I am the founder of this podcast. I actually created this podcast because I want to help more people get more motivated on starting whatever they want to start and start now. So I have my boy Celvin and Joel here. What's up, Celvin?
What's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
Good, bro. I'm good, bro. How are you, man? I haven't seen you, forever. So
I've been doing good, man. I can't complain since the last episode, man. We had Love It on here, dropping big gems. But I appreciate the opportunity always, man. Always, It's always a pleasure to come out here and speak to you guys and, drop nothing but gems. But anyways, man, without any further ado, bro, we got a special guest here today, man. We got a special guest, bro. Before I even introduce this person, let me tell you guys something real quick. So this is a relationship. It's not a relationship, 1515. It's not a relationship from 2 weeks ago, from a year ago, from 2 years ago, from 3 years ago, from 4 years ago, from 5. This is a 10-year plus relationship. I've known the guy. We used to play soccer together. The man was a beast from the Middle East. He's not from the Middle East. He's from Peru, but a beast, man. Everyone knew him. He was one of the best soccer players growing up, bro, back, here in the city that we live in. My man went to his country, played professional, and now my guy's out here killing it in the real estate game. But not only that, though, my boy is out here educating people on how to get started into real estate. He's a subject matter expert at what he does. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly in this podcast how we reconnected. But anyways, it's my boy Joel. Joel, brother, how you doing, man? Joel Condor,
I'm going to tell you, can I tell them how I met him first? And then
sure, bro. Let's do that, bro. It's interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah,
bro.
So I actually met Joel, bro, through Facebook.
What?
Yes, through Facebook, bro. I was, when I was first starting out my real estate career, I needed to talk to people. So Joel actually hit me up on Facebook. He was like, hey, are you one of the bird dogs or wholesalers in the DMV area? Bro, I was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. I'm ready to close some deals. And so now, after a year of me knowing him, I actually never saw his face until 8 months after.
Yeah.
So me and him kept hitting back and forth. He helped me, close some deals. He helped me actually start now, and he actually motivated him. We actually were on the phones for an hour, 2 hours straight, bro. He was motivating me, bro. He saw what I was worth. So props to him. I love him for that. So if y'all don't know him, he was my mentor. Y'all see him all around my social media pages. So this is a good time to know who he is. And y'all always ask, who is Joel? Now it's today to do it. So let's go, Joel. So man, how are you, Joel? Actually,
man, I'm good. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for inviting me over to the podcast. If you guys don't follow Start Now podcast, please go ahead and subscribe. Honestly, this is a really, I know that this YouTube channel is growing super fast. And, if you guys don't follow them yet, please follow them. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Joel Condor. For those of you guys that don't know me, I'm 27 years old. I started the real estate business at 21. And, thankfully, my hard work paid off. I'm originally from Peru. I came here when I was 7. Went to school here. I grew up here. I started playing soccer, like Celvin was mentioning. Soccer was in my, part of, honestly, probably 80% of my life. And, thankfully, I got to play professional. Unfortunately, I had some family problems. I had to come back to the States. I had a kid here at 16. Life changed right away as soon as I had my son. And, what I decided to do was, leave my dream to come here and start working from zero, to take care of my son.
Wow.
And, that was very, very deep for me. That's Celvin, you may know, because you've been knowing me for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I was very, 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 it was very, very tough for me at the beginning. But, I started working at, my first job was working at Toyota, Lusting Toyota. For those of you guys that live in Woodbridge area, man, I used to work at Lusting Toyota. Shout out to Alex Garcia, man, the guy that gave me my first job here in the States. And, from there, I had other jobs. I had 3 other jobs after that. The last job that I had, I used to collect coins and for washers and dryers. And I got fired from that job, Wow. I think about that as the biggest blessing that I've ever had, because I told myself after I got fired that was going to be the first and last time I got fired from a job.
Wow.
From there, I started, learning about real estate. I became a realtor. And then from there, man, the journey goes on, bro. I started showing houses. I started selling real estate. And then I figured out what it was to fix and flip, to wholesale, to do all that, right?
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Now, let me ask you a question real quick, bro. So that's crazy, bro. It's like they just got to know you in literally a matter of 2 to 3 minutes, your entire life story, which is dope, man.
Quick,
went
bro.
from soccer to real estate, which is unheard of. Let me ask you a question, bro. So you were an agent. What got you into wholesaling? Because obviously it's different from being a real estate agent to a wholesaler to fix and flipper.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of strategies when it comes to real estate. But what got you into wholesaling, bro? Like, what transitioned your mindset?
Yeah. So I started showing a lot of houses.
Right.
I started showing a lot of houses. I started getting houses under contract as a realtor, right?
Right.
But then I started seeing. I would see HUDs. For those of you guys that know what HUDs are. Those are like the final documents, at the day of closing. So, I started seeing that there was like an assignment fee, bro.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, dude, this guy just got paid $15,000 and he just referred the realtor, bro. And I was just like, what the heck, right? So then I started seeing that, and then I paid attention to HUDs a lot. I started seeing, fix and flippers. Right, that were selling houses. They only had it for 3 months, and they were making like $70,000, bro. So I was a very curious person. I looked into it, and man, since then I took action.
Nice.
He started, bro.
I started now, man.
He found the opportunity, bro, and started. That's brilliant because I remember it was at Checkers, bro. I will always remember that night.
Oh yeah.
At Checkers at 2 a.m. Everyone was telling their life stories, and he told us our life stories, how he went here, started, it was the most best night, wonderful night. I actually got to know Joel a little bit better, but let me ask you more questions, bro. I want to ask you a little bit more. I know, actually, bro, you're killing it right now. You have, you just gave your parents $300,000. They ran away and then went to Costa Rica with that.
Oh yeah. They went to Peru actually.
Oh, Peru,
yeah.
They went to Peru even better.
Yeah.
So, what motivated you, or who motivated you, bro?
That's a good question, bro. I have one why, and that's my family. That is my son, as you guys know. My son is 10 years old right now.
Shout out to Aiden.
Shout out to my son, Joel Condor. Shout out to my wife, Ambar Condor. My family is everything to me. So I worked really hard. I'm a very, very emotional person, but, I have a very, very tough background. I had nothing. I turned that nothing into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thankfully, like you said, I was able to give my parents a retirement gift. I gave them $300,000, and now, with that money, they went on a trip, and now they're back home. But I told them that they need to invest that money in real estate, or they need to invest it into something. So, for me, that was a very, very amazing gesture, right, to my family.
Filling moment, right?
It was a very, very filling moment. It's extremely filling, bro, because as you guys may know, your parents, right, they suffered a lot. Just to have you where you're at today.
Right.
So, if you're able to give back, I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, respect, bro. Respect it.
Thank you, bro.
That really is, bro. That really is. If you're able to give back, because we're not here to, flash the Gucci, the Louis, and the Dior's, but we're here, we have a purpose to life, and, to give back to the community, to people who don't have that mindset of, starting now, starting something they always wanted to start it, but they didn't have that motivation. But we're here to, help those people absolutely start now. So, that is super inspiring. Is that what keeps you inspired? Your kids and your parents?
Yeah, man. My son is my drive. My wife is my drive. I want a better tomorrow for them. And I think about that every single day. And for those of you guys watching, I recommend everybody to have a dream board. If you guys don't know what that is, man, look it up. Make a dream board, look at it in the morning every time you wake up, and look at it every time you go to sleep. I promise you, within a year, you will have everything on that dream board. That is awesome, very powerful.
Power of manifestation. It's crazy, bro. So how I found out, honestly, how I found out that Joel's biggest why was his family and his son was when we were at the Homes for Dinero event, right?
Oh, yeah, my boy.
Shout out to Armando. If he's watching this,
shout out to you, man. Aaron Bevins mentions.
So what happened was, Aaron Bevins was actually a speaker. Shout out to him as well.
My guy.
And then he says that if your why isn't Like if you literally think about your why, and if it doesn't make you cry, you need to go back and rethink it. And he had everybody close their eyes and think about their why. And then he was like, I want you to pick up the phone and call that person. First person you called.
My son.
Remember that, bro?
You remember that, right?
Yeah,
that was really deep.
bro.
You know, I called my son and I told him, you know, straight up. I was like, you know, we're doing an experiment right now. I'm in an event. And, you know, they told us to call the most important person in your life. And I called my son. You know, I was crying. I told him, I was like, you know, I do everything for you. And I promise you that one day, you know, I'm going to be able to leave something to you, right? I want to leave a legacy to my family. So that's why I do what I do and I don't stop.
Awesome. Respect.
This man was bawling, and that's how, you know, I figured out that's the drive you want, to the point where you think and you cry for what you want, bro. You know, that's super powerful. That whole event was super powerful. It changed my life. I'm sure it changed your life. I know it changed your life. It's super powerful because the things that, you know, is going through our minds, bro, are not easy. I mean, looking on social media, yes, we're cool, we're having fun, but behind the scenes, bro, like it's hard work. You know, he's not always getting the landlord, but he put his work, he put his soul into that. Like he said on Florida, the yachts, I'm telling you. But other than that, Joel, man, bro, thank you. I just want to say big thank you because you helped our team, bro. You helped our team grow. You helped us succeed. You know, you're helping me still with real estate. You know, bro, I can't say because, but like that, you know, it makes me even want to cry like right now because I don't think I would have ever had or met someone helping me like that. And I just want to, you know, because bro, I look up to you. You're like my bigger father. Celvin's my bigger brother, and bro, it's like that connection there is super important, bro. And I'm glad to have you too in my life. So is Carl. But yeah, man.
Thank you, bro.
And one thing, just to add something there, bro. Like I said, man, like I'm gonna tell you guys, I mentioned this in the beginning, right? So how Joel and I reconnected, right? I'm just gonna kind of go back into it, right? Sure. So, you know, I'm at my office, bro. This is before we had this office here. I'm at my old office, and it's like a little, you know, it was nice though. It was a nice. I'm not gonna say raggedy office because I'm always grateful, you know, from where I started. But it was a little office. It was tiny, and then I remember I was sitting with Carl, and then Joel came by. Yeah. And I'm like, Joel, what's up, bro? How you been, man? How you been? How's everything going? And we're chopping it up, and he's just like, yo, bro. Like, he would see me go live. I go live and I talk, and he's like, bro, how do you, like, bro, that's so inspiring, bro. You get in front of the camera, and he's like, bro, I'm not too much to get in front of the camera like that. I'm like, you know what? Excuse my French. I'm like, fuck that, bro. Yeah. And then he started telling me about what he had going on. Yeah, I remember. We would go out here and there, and I would get to know Joe more, like, even more. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, what? You made, what, 40,000 last week? 50,000 the week before. I'm like, bro, what? And I go on his Instagram page, right? And it just says like, oh yeah, it says like realtor dot, I don't know, something like that. Yeah. And he has one picture, and it's a soccer picture. And I'm like, bro, the power of social media, bro. If they, like Grant Cardone says, if they don't know you, they can't flow you. So then, like, I'm like, bro, you got to put yourself out there. He's like, no, you know. And then finally, you know, obviously they say that there's power in proximity. I'm sure, you know, he sees the way I'm doing it, probably inspired. And definitely, he's doing it, and the way he's doing it is inspiring me. We're bouncing off each other. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, bro, to make this a long story short, I want to host an event at my office. I want people to know about real estate. And it was the first event that I held here. And we filled it up, bro. The whole place was packed.
I was there, bro.
You were there.
That was my first time meeting Joel.
First day I met you as well.
Yeah.
So then, anyways, power and proximity. I hosted the event. Joel came up, bro. Pure confidence, dropped gems. People were inspired, and I'm like, bro, you got to keep it going. And now, you know, at the end of this podcast, you guys know exactly where to find him. But you know, I just see it, and like, I'm like, bro, this is my guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, bro, at the end of the day, you motivate me.
Thank you, bro.
As a team, bro, collectively.
No, thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys, man.
Man. You know, I love these to the max, bro. You know, I'm always at Celvin's house. I'm always, you know, having fun with him, and he just got a new place, so it's really nice.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Congrats on your place.
But yeah, you know, like Joel, he's super busy, so. But other than that, bro, Joel, bro, thank you. I just want to say one more time, thank you so much. But one more question. Do you have any more questions for him, man?
So I have one more after yours.
Why haven't you guys subscribed? Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, guys. Start now.
Okay.
One more after yours, because I want the people to get to know him a little bit better.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What advice would you give someone that is trying to start now, but they can't?
Why can't they? They just got to do it, you know?
Uh-huh.
You will never, I really believe, right? This is what I tell myself every day. When I try something new a lot, you know, I still fail to this day.
Right.
You know, I try something new like every month, but it doesn't mean that if I fail, you know, it's over. No, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it 10 different ways, you know? Like there's a saying, right? The saying is, don't change the plan, right? Fuck. I honestly, like, my bad. So there's a saying, I know it in Spanish, right? But I don't know how to translate it in
Say
English.
it in Spanish. We have a lot of Spanish.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. So it's no cambies el plan, right? No cambies el plan, no cambies tu meta, cambia el plan, right? So don't change. How do you?
So don't change the goal. Don't change the goal. Change your plan.
Yeah, don't change the goal. Change the plan. You know, try it 10 times. That's what I do. You know, I try it all the time. You know, I fail every single day. I mean, you know, not everybody sees that. A lot of people see successful people only their success. I can tell you right now, they're failing almost every day. Every time they're trying something new, they fail it. You know, I started being a little bit more open in the social media space, bro. You know, thank you to you because, you know, you were telling me, you were motivating me, you were encouraging me to keep, you know, putting myself out there like that, you know?
Right.
I really feel and I really believe till today that, you know, I have a story behind me and everybody should know it. And that's because of you, bro. For real.
I appreciate that, man.
You know,
means a lot,
it is
bro.
because
Thank
of you, man. Because, you know, you kept telling me, like, every day, bro. You're like, hey, man, put your stuff out there like that. I remember when I took Celvin to one of my rental properties in Woodbridge. You remember the one?
I remember we made the video there. And then
Yeah. And, you know, since then, you know, I thought that I really had something to show everybody. So,
yeah, man. And at the end of the day, bro, it was just like an organic click, bro. It's just like we clicked organically. And, you know, obviously we had chemistry from back in the day, but no, that's awesome, bro. So remember that. Don't change the goal, change the plan. No matter how many times, if your end goal is to make $1 million, right? Keep that your goal. Just change the plan, right? So that's super inspiring, man. I have another question for you, bro. So, and you know, I don't want to make this too long drawn out, but for that one person that's out there right now, right? There's probably one person watching this right now where they're just like super unmotivated. They're probably going through things right now. They're probably going through a lot of hardships. They probably don't have any money. And they just think that they can't start now. And they just think, like, what advice would you give that one person that's out there that's facing so much adversity where they're just like, bro, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. You know, I don't have a why. Like, what big piece of advice would you give that one person that's watching right now? But you might be able to change your life.
Easy. YouTube University.
Boom.
You know? So let me tell you how I started, right, guys? You know, everything is out there for free right now. You know? You can literally make hundreds of thousands of dollars on YouTube. Like literally just go on YouTube. What do you want to learn? Do you want to learn how to remodel a home? Go to YouTube.
Boom. You
want to learn how to cook? You want a recipe? Go to YouTube. You know? I learned how to cook. I learned how to cook the Chipotle chicken because of YouTube.
Bro, I learned TikTok recipes, bro.
you know, and YouTube University is amazing. And once again, I'm going to say, guys, if you guys aren't subscribed to start now, go ahead and subscribe right now, man. Because these guys right here, they're doing this every single week. You know, they're putting out fire. They're calling people constantly, you know, to give you guys free value, you know. And that's not something that anybody does. So props to you guys for that, man. This podcast is going to grow. It's going to keep growing, and just believe it, man.
Appreciate that, man. And at the end of the day, just like he said, YouTube University, we are in the age of information. I tell people this all the time. Your brain doesn't operate like an iPod, like an iMac. Your brain has infinite power. Like, you can literally learn useless amounts of information. If you're not, there's literally people walking out here brain dead. So if you're that one person where you're just like, I don't know what to do, YouTube University, go figure out how to make lemonade and go sell it on the corner. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time.
You can make a lot, bro. There's so much money to be made. I mean, you don't always have to, you know, like I always say, you don't always have to have 9-to-5 job and have that security, man. You know, how much did you make, you know, last month, bro?
Last month.
No, I'm not trying. You know, I don't want to expose your bank account.
Yeah.
But I just want to, you know, how much did you make with your assets in total?
So last month I made a total of $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
There you go.
$1 million, bro.
$1 million.
And I've seen it, bro. Men lie, women lie.
Numbers don't. You know, and you know, yeah, I showed you like the last flyer.
Bro, I've
seen
it, yeah.
And who do you work for?
I work for myself. You know.
See, if you work for someone, you're putting a limit to yourself right there. If you work by yourself, you're not having yourself, you know, grow. If you obviously, you know, work for someone else's business.
Right.
So that's really inspiring. It's inspiring.
I do want to say one more thing.
What's
You know,
up,
for everybody watching right now, and you know, like I said, YouTube University is the first step. Okay, YouTube is only gonna take you so far.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is getting a mentor. You know,
Yeah.
Find somebody that is doing the business. All right, that is doing it every single day. You know, one thing I did, what I was really good at is I would put myself around people that knew a lot more than I did, and I still do to this day. You know, I go to events. I have mentors. I have all of that. You know, you need that in order to succeed. There's a shortcut to life, and that is having a mentor, having somebody you can call if you encounter a problem that you've never encountered before. Why figure it out when you can make a phone call?
Boom.
You know, that's what I do. That's how I live my life.
Boom.
You know, that's how I do it.
Boom.
Exactly. That's really inspiring, man. That's super inspiring. But we're giving you guys all the free value, bro. Y'all always ask who Joel is. How much does he make? And bro, he's right here, bro. Go hit him up. Where can they find you, man?
And go ahead. One thing I will say is this though, right? Like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But with Joel right now, he's not the type. He's super humble. He's not the type to sit there and the other day somebody tried to test him. He had to show a couple things. He's not the type to do that. But one thing, this guy has documentation over conversation. He has all the documentation to back it up. Some people talk about it, but some people are actually about it. So
that's right.
Anyways, bro, what were you gonna say, bro?
Actually, I want to do one more shout out. Shout out to my boys, Carlos Business Proxima.
Hey, let's go. That's our boy Carl right there. I hope you're watching, my guy.
Thank you, Carl, bro. This shirt is completely amazing. He's giving out not free discounts, but discounts unlimited. He's giving unlimited discounts right now. So go to his website. I'm gonna put it in the bio. I'm gonna put it in the link. And yeah, guys, where can they find you, man?
You guys can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter at Joel Condor _. That's where you guys can find me.
So yeah, help him, build his content because he's really trying right now. Where can I find you at, Celvin?
You can find me on Instagram at S_Hernandez, Facebook Celvin Hernandez, not on TikTok, and that's it, honestly. Or you could just check out my website. But on IG, you click the link in my bio. I launched my first ebook on how to repair your own credit. Check it out. It's an investment in yourself. Dylan, where can they find you at, bro?
You guys can find me at Dylan2Ns.King2Gs. Obviously on the Start Now PC Instagram page. Go to the Spotify. Go to the YouTube. Go to the Apple Podcast, guys. Build support. Love you guys.
Hey Dylan, you start when?
Start now.
Let's go. Let's grow.
All right, guys.
All right. Peace.
Peace.